Now over to the weather. I feel like we kind of saw, I don't want to say we saw it all, but we saw a lot of stuff today. a lot of weather features.
Oh yeah, we had some rain, we had some sunshine. Brad, what can we expect for the next few days?
You know, the good news here is we're almost done with the muggy weather, at least for a couple days, but we got to get through tonight and tomorrow. We're still going to see scattered showers overnight, some heavy. Now the rain's going to move out late tomorrow, and the emphasis is on late because we're probably going to have some rain for the first half of tomorrow. Cooler and less humid by Thursday and Friday, and that could last into the weekend, even as temperatures go back up. But tonight, did you see some of these shelf clouds? These things are amazing. It should be shelf cloud right there. It's a quick typo right there. This is a shelf cloud. So this is a shelf cloud, but it's a shelf cloud because these form when we get that cool air rushing out of the storm. Brian sent this over from the airport, but it's just one of many pictures we got tonight. There we go. That looks a little better. There's the shelf cloud tonight. That's what those look like. And what happens is that cold air rushes out of the storm. It runs to that hot, humid air mass over us. That gets forced up and over that, and it creates this cloud. It's sometimes called a shelf or sometimes an Arcus cloud. These are ominous. These are scary looking, but I'd say 9 times out of 10, these are fairly harmless. The only time they are dangerous is when we see really strong outflow coming out of it and you have damaging winds. But in most cases, this is more about really cold air clashing with hot and humid air like we had today. Now, we've got some more of these showers back to the west, but there's no cloud to ground lightning with them right now. This is just heavy rain, but as this band intersects the mountains, we might see some heavy rain develop and cause some minor flash flooding. I think overall the risk is nowhere near what we saw with Fred. But this is the story. Last week, we had this stalled front over our area as the remnants of Fred came right into it. And so that caused flooding in the western Carolinas and the tornado risk. Tonight and tomorrow, that is actually the same setup happening to our north. Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, and up into Pennsylvania. We're talking about the possibility of significant flash flooding tomorrow up in that area. You see the high risk tonight, but I think that's a little overdone. It's still a risk. We're not going to discount it. But tomorrow, that becomes an extreme risk up here in parts of Pennsylvania into the northeast. And this is an area with a lot of urban centers, a lot of topography that can't handle that water. Could be a 100-year flood event in some of those areas up there. Still a low risk for a strong storm tonight, but tomorrow that threat begins to shift off to the east. So we'll keep an eye on this for the first half of tomorrow. But for the most part, most of us are going to dodge the worst of this weather. The cooling tonight is going to help us out. So that band should move through between now and 3, 4 in the morning. So just a heads up, keep those phones charged up just in case we get some flash flood warnings tonight in the mountains. But notice tomorrow, the rain becomes more scattered and pushing off by the afternoon, and we should start to see drier air moving because as that front merges with the remnants of Ida, it will start to pull the cold front through the Carolinas, and that will shift the winds to the north and the northeast. That is going to be a nice cool flow of air for this time of the year as we start meteorological autumn. Tomorrow's the first day of it. Meteorologically, we're going to see much drier and cooler air heading our way for Thursday and Friday. So timing this out tomorrow, most of the heavy stuff should be gone by 5 o'clock. So clearing out tomorrow evening into the overnight, and by Thursday, Friday into the start of the weekend, we should see some beautiful weather around here. In fact, the dew points are going to be quite low and those temperatures take a dip as well. Quick look at those temperatures. Still pretty warm and muggy tomorrow with temperatures in the 70s and 80s, but notice the shift in the winds on Thursday. These are the high temperatures, low 80s on Thursday, but it gets better. By Friday morning, those are 40s and 50s. It is going to feel amazing around here. In fact, the dew points stay nice and low, only in the 50s. So a nice treat on the way. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. Temperatures below average for the beginning of September. Starts to heat back up in time for Labor Day. We want some warm weather for Labor Day. But even next week, temperatures don't look too bad as they remain in the upper 80s.
All right, we'll take